everybody, and Ice Camera Action, a D&D game of action and adventure where people cry, mostly in the chat, while we have
That's our new subtitle.
while we have fun playing this wonderful game we call Dungeons and Dragons. So, I, your DM, I'm going to just recap very briefly what has happened in the campaign thus far that may or may not be relevant to tonight's game. So, shortly after arriving in Port Nyanzaru to stop the death curse, Diath cut a deal with a man named Lyric Dashland, trading a ship for a detailed map of Chult leading to 3 locations: Omu, Oralunga, and Nangalore, of which the Waffle Crew eventually visited 2 of them. In the course of making their way to Omu, they found a crashed Halruan skyship, and in its wrecked cargo hold, an explosive device shaped like a black iron egg, which at one point later on nearly went off before Diath disarmed it by jamming one of his keys into its keyhole. And that key has been stuck in the egg ever since, and they've been hauling it around with them. Upon their return to Port Nyanzaru, they had to raise Evelyn and Simon from the dead. And so Diath and Paulton went into the city to procure 2 diamonds, which they did acquire, and delivered them to Omen Drawn, the CEO of Acquisitions Incorporated and a cleric of Timora of great repute.
And big douchebag.
And Omen,
he's fine.
Omen used the diamonds in the ritual to raise both Evelyn and Simon from the dead, whereupon Evelyn expressed confusion over a great many things that had happened during her absence.
He also stole the rings.
And yes, after which he had been given the rings that contained fragments of Evelyn's soul, rings given to Diath and Strix the first time Evelyn died. And Omen basically walked out the door with those rings before anybody realized they were gone.
Which I am very upset about.
We're all upset about it.
The safe house that the party was staying at was compromised when Diath and Paulton found an iron token on the doorstep of the place as they were returning with the diamonds. Not really understanding the significance of that, but it might be tied to a later poisoning attempt. Someone basically put poison in some cookies that Strix made in the kitchen. Waffles ate most of the cookies. She doesn't seem any the worse for wear, but it's clear that they were tainted by someone or something, which prompted then the Waffle Crew to vacate the premises before they were set upon again by said assassins. Diath, you rendezvoused with Lyric Dashland and presented your map to him, whereupon you recalled quite suddenly and horrifically that it's only 2/3 of what you promised to deliver.
Which is hilarious.
Yes. Some amount of time passes, not a lot of time. You're standing down by the harbor on the wharf, looking out towards the pier at a sloop, a ship with one sail called the Brazen Pegasus. And Lyric is standing beside you, and he says, "While the map won't pay for a whole ship, it will at least book you passage on one of the swiftest ships. I can make arrangements with Captain Ortame to see you delivered north."
Is everyone okay with this?
Evelyn is laying on the deck with her head and arms hanging over it, splashing in the water and being like, "Have you guys felt the way this water feels? It's amazing."
Do you think she came back with half her brain?
Yeah, Lyric gives you sort of a sidelong glare, Diath, just like unspoken asking the question, "Is your friend okay?"
Diath will just kind of give him one, like a look of just kind of like, yeah, but this is just how she is.
Okay.
Strix is like, "That looks usually meant for me."
Evelyn kind of splashes them a little bit.
We don't need extravagant voyages back home. In fact, something swift may also be probably better for us. So I apologize for not truly upholding the entirety of our deal and only getting part on the map, but we would be absolutely gracious for any passageway home.
We could just go back to Nangalore.
No,
We don't need to go to Waterdeep.
Oh, please no.
I like it here.
Please no.
Strix
Evelyn-
is a famous dinosaur racer. Paul
No,
is
I'm not.
famous. We haven't even finished the Drunken Dying tour. We only did our first performance.
Real quick, Evelyn, do you know what direction Mangalore is? We'll be taking that boat now.
All right. Introductions quickly follow as you are led down the wharf, down the pier. And when you come upon the ship, you can see standing on the pier next to it is a female gnome with a tricorn hat that makes her look taller. Her extra high boots also help. She's probably now a good 3.5 feet tall.
Ooh.
And she's standing there talking to some dock workers, paying them some coin, and shouting occasionally to what you assume to be her first mate, a grizzled, pale-skinned human with a long salt and pepper beard. And all you can see, the other crew members on the ship, you see maybe like 3 or 4 of them, and they're busily working and doing odd chores. One of them seems to be mopping the deck. You see some water cascade off the edge of the deck as the mop swings around. But yes, she stops what she's doing, comes over to you, stands by Larrick's side, and holds a hand in a gesture of friendship up toward you.
Lovely.
Good day, welcome.
Yep, I'll take the hand and shake it. What was her name again?
My name is Captain Ordame, Swift and Dark.
Captain
This is my
Ordame.
ship, the Brazen Pegasus. Welcome aboard.
Looks fast.
Are you paying? She says to Larrick, and Larrick nods. They paid for a smooth, fast ride, he tells her.
Oh, fuck. We're not gonna...
Evelyn is behind her trying.
I don't know any other kind. We can outrun
Strix
any
is already
we can outrun any pirate ship in the high seas.
Strix is already looking for ropes to tie everyone to. She's like,
Yes. Well, based on
Evelyn
the
is
looks of
behind
you, I
her
don't think
trying-
pirates are going to be much of a problem.
Oh.
Wow.
Alden's just like, oh my god, you talk so fast.
Evelyn is behind her trying to smell her.
Oh, okay, yes. She smells like lilacs.
Do you know you smell so nice?
Yeah, and just a little trace of some sort of scented oil.
Ooh.
Yep.
but there's always the
that-
smell
is
of
that a-
Strix in the background.
Is that Dior? It smells real familiar.
She says you can. I'd be happy to share it if you like.
Oh my gosh.
I keep a couple of extra cases on board.
But she's also distracted by how the wind feels on her face, so she kind of wanders that way.
Larrick says the map, long since rolled up in his coat. I will leave you to get acquainted then. It's been a pleasure doing business with you, and safe travels back home.
Thank you for everything, Larrick.
And he wanders off, and she says, so where's your luggage?
Oh, we're
All
carry-
on my back, probably.
This is pretty much it. We travel light.
Can I point at Waffles? There it is.
Oh, yep.
Oh my, that's really
Yeah,
big.
we travel light aside from the bear.
The giant behemoth. She sort of looks worriedly at this, and she says, do you have food for said beast?
Strix, do we have
What are you
food?
doing? Yep. Can I go grab some?
Yeah, there's nothing stopping you from going into the market if you have coin to
Okay.
spend.
I know. I do. I look at Paulson and I'm like,
I'll throw her like, what do you need? What do you want?
I'm gonna be buying a lot of dinosaur meat and probably salted dinosaur meat and maybe some I don't know. I hear you get scurvy on boats, so I'm also gonna get some lemons.
Lemons, great.
I really don't want scurvy.
So okay, I'll like flicker a gold. You like try not
I
to
did
spend
give
it.
me like 20. I did like 20.
Oh wow, well, you need an advance. All right, 20 it is.
Okay, and she just like takes it and you just hear like it jingles off and she's like,
Get wine.
Oh yeah. All right, so I'll pick up however much salted meat and a couple of lemons I think I need for waffles, and I'll also buy Paulton some wine.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Nice.
Yeah, just in general, we'll ask the captain, any additional supplies that are needed before we head out, we can make sure we acquire them.
Well, you were explorers in Chult, yes?
Yeah, we were very hefty explorers.
You came back with lots of treasure?
We did at one
Only
point,
the
yes.
treasure of adventure.
The real treasure was the
She raises an eyebrow.
The
friendship along the way.
The bonds that were made. No, you can't put a price on that, can you now?
Nope, you surely can't. And so, Strix, as you go off getting meals and whatnot and wine, do you want to get like common wine or fine wine?
Oh, I'm gonna get common. I don't
Yeah.
think Paulton can tell.
Okay.
I think he can tell, but just doesn't care.
You can get an enormous supply of food, and also the merchants will cover the expense and of actually sending workers down with the supplies to the ship so you don't have to carry it all.
Oh, that's good. That helps. I was just gonna tie it all to waffles, but that's
Oh,
fine.
okay. Well, you could do that too if you prefer.
I just like imagining her coming back with just like a giant, like a bunch of like
Yeah.
backpack of supplies on her back.
There you go. That'll work just fine. And then you don't have to tip them. Not that you would anyway, but
I would, but I'd tip them in snacks, and I don't think they'd want those.
she says, "Did Larrick forget to tell you about the tribute you have to pay to Aramak the dragon turtle to get out of the Bay of Chult alive?"
I'm sorry
I'm not. Slow
She
down.
said the dragon turtle. The dragon turtle.
that we have to pay
a
tribute to.
tribute. Yeah. Did
Evelyn,
not
can you
know
understand
about that?
everything?
What?
You understand everything she's saying?
Yeah.
Great. What?
She said, did we know about the tribute that we have to pay to the dragon turtle who guards the bay?
No,
Well,
I did not know this.
I guess now we do.
What is the tribute?
Well, it's not a fixed amount per se. It's more like you pay it what you can and it accepts what it will take. And if it doesn't think it's enough, it will sink your ship.
Oh,
I have
she
been-
says it'll sink our ship if we don't please it.
I have been told I have a 400-fold smile.
So we're going to throw that into the bay then?
Point.
So, was this a tribute that you were anticipating us uncovering, or is this something that you normally have at the ready, or?
Typically, if we carry passengers, they provide the tribute for themselves.
What
sure
would
do,
a
don't they?
typical tribute be? would you
Yes,
say?
list examples that have worked, preferably.
Big chest of gold, always nice.
Ooh,
How-
okay, well,
How
no.
big is big?
As big as me.
That's pretty big. Yeah, we don't have that much gold. Do you have any other ideas?
The dragon likes big things and shiny things and magic things.
Big, shiny magic. Okay. Well, the owlbear's our biggest thing. We're definitely not using that. Let's see. Shiny thing.
You have lots of shiny things, Evelyn. You've got more than
I
one.
do. You're so right. Hold on. She like dives into her giant backpack and she's like trying to uncover stuff. And she has specifically she has
How about that bomb?
Strax?
not a bad idea.
It's a terrible idea.
Paulton's also like shuffling through his stuff. He's like, nah, and he like for a second like looks at Evelyn's ring. It's like, yeah, that's probably a bad idea.
Evelyn pulls out literally just a pile of pretty things that she has, and in that is the 4 blocks of incense and censer and the semi-precious stones from the mask, I believe from the Yak Folk town, and a whole bunch of bead jewelry. It's just like a pile of all of those pretty things that she collected. At
Yeah,
that
it
town.
looked bigger in your backpack.
She holds it out like,
And Paulton points to the piles like, how about that and a nice song?
Ooh, music. That's even more valuable.
I've never known the dragon turtle to take a song before, but you never know. There could be a first time.
I think we should bank everything on Paulton being able to play a nice song.
Oh boy, hold on.
Why don't you make yourselves comfortable on board with your treasure and your song, and when my crew is ready to go, whenever you are.
Okay.
I don't think there's any being in the entire world who would not be pleased by a song that Paulton played.
Maybe we should look around for more stuff.
You said the dragon turtle eats the treasure, right?
Well, the dragon turtle sometimes swallows the treasure, but I assume it regurgitates it somewhere else.
Oh.
Oh, good. Why don't we give it the bomb?
Crooks. No.
Does it like explosives?
Not that we're bringing any onto the ship.
You can see she's trying to parse what you're saying and try to get at what you're talking about.
Hypothetically.
And she says, I don't know. Probably not. I don't
It's worth a lot, I think. I don't know.
know
I
what a
don't
dragon
have any
turtle would do
money.
with it.
Oh, wait. What about Paulton? What about that disc thingy you found? Is that worth anything?
Oh, right. Sacred disc. Take out the whatever that thing was, that coin disc thing.
That
about
iron thing?
Yeah, how about that?
When you show that to her, you see her face blanch. And she says,
Uh-oh.
oh, that's really bad. That's really bad.
What?
Uh-oh. What's uh-oh? Why is
no.
this uh-oh?
What?
I'm not sure this is going to work out.
Wait, what? It has to work out. You already promised.
I am immediately going to cast suggestion on her. And I'm just going to be like, oh, I'm sorry. No, I'm going to go for persuasion. I'm going to be
Okay.
like, oh, okay, so you find this to be an authentic replica.
Let's go with deception
Okay.
instead of persuasion.
Okay.
All right, go ahead.
Ooh, that is good. That is a 26.
Oh my God.
You see that you sort of talk about it in that terms, and she just sort of goes, "Oh, so it's not a real Yatepka Society token then? That's great. That's good.
Absolutely
Excellent."
not, because we would never think to bring one of those on board. What are they?
Surely you've heard about the Yatepka Society, the secret society of Port Nyanzaru, who basically make sure that all troublemakers are dealt with in a speedily and expedient fashion.
Oh, so if one of those
Of
were maybe,
course.
I don't know, left on steps outside of a house where people were staying, that might be some sort of indication that maybe they were troublemakers?
Exactly. That's a sign that you're into trouble with the city somehow and that they're going to take their vengeance upon you if you don't rectify the situation promptly.
how very-
Understood. And I'm
Or leave! Or
Paul-
leave!
wait,
Time to
Paulton-
leave!
Hold up. Paulton's gonna like immediately point behind her. It's like that part on the ship, that particular thing. What is that? Just trying to get her to turn around. I'm just gonna
That is
like
the sail.
right as she turns around, I'm just gonna chuck the thing into the water.
Plump. Okay.
Oh my God.
Lovely sail. That's what I
Or
thought.
maybe
I
you were
was
pointing at
just
the mast?
Hmm?
Or maybe you were pointing at the mast?
Oh, I could have been. You're very boat smart.
Guys, I think what this calls for is a final retirement performance of the Drunk and Dying tour, and we should have just like a floating dock, and we'll put Paulton on there, and then we can do some like, you know, fireworks and things like illusions, and we can just have a big concert, and the turtle will be so excited, and everyone will love it, and we'll be heroes, and if anyone thought we were causing any trouble, they'll actually we're just great, upstanding, contributing artist citizens, and then we can just leave.
The dragon turtle doesn't come into the harbor, usually.
Well, we can do the floating dock wherever.
It mostly stays out in the bay. Mostly.
Well, okay, in the bay. But either
Weird
way,
question.
we
Is
should
there
have-
a way around it?
Dude, it's
She-
a dragon.
She points out past the harbor, past the statue of Nabuso, the old Chultan king that sort of stands in the middle of the harbor, out past the lighthouse, toward the bay, which is huge, wide, open, blue-watered bay. But the mountains do sort of close around it almost like a claw, so eventually you have to sort of leave by a strait. And she points you out toward that strait and says that that's typically where the dragon turtle waits for ships as they come and go. Makes them easy to spot, and they have no maneuverability.
Right. So there's not a whole lot of choice in going through that.
And that's so far out, you can just barely see it through the haze. So even the people of Port Nyanzaru never really see the dragon's surface in the strait or deal with the ships at all.
Right.
Strix is like, hey.
Yes, straight. Yes.
But she like kind of hustles you guys like into a circle away from the gnome and like keeps looking at the gnome. Like, she's like, look, we throw the bomb in. If we take the key out, it's on. The dragon has a bigger problem than we have. And we leave.
I could be mistaken because math is not my strongest, but I'm pretty sure at that range we would get blown to smithereens as well.
This is a fast ship, right? I don't know how to do that. It's like the train going in like one direction and there's like another trying to figure it out. She's just like,
what?
I don't know.
At what time do we all die?
Or, hear me out. What if we actually solve this business before we leave?
What business?
Whatever this issue is, whatever society is against us, clearly there's some kind of mistake or something. Maybe
What society? What are you talking about? There's no point.
I think maybe he has a valid point because we should not leave Chult at all and definitely not go to Waterdeep. I think that sounds nice.
Well, it could be safer for us, and maybe for once we don't run.
I'm down.
What? We're talking about the people who, what was it? Poisoned food, right? Those?
Yep.
And you're like, maybe they just want to talk.
Well, maybe it could be just all one big mistake. Look, we literally fought clones of ourselves, but they probably just thought it was them the whole time.
As soon as you say don't run, Strix is just like on the ground going,
Like, now, I can tell you that the evil twin story rarely works. And by rarely, I mean never.
I don't need to hear about your past breakups.
Strix, as you're sitting there wallowing on the dock, Captain Ortame comes up behind you, just sort of taps you gently on the shoulder and says, "We have time before we go for you to take a bath."
Evelyn raises her hand immediately. Me, I want a bath.
There are bathhouses in the city. They're very cheap. The money goes to the temples.
Paulton is still floored by that snap, by the way. He's like, all right, Mr. Protag, I'll follow your lead.
It's a small ship.
Mr. What?
Protag.
A what?
Strix is really sad that the gnome told her to take a bath. She's like,
You guys, the bath, like, and she asked the gnome, she's like, do they have like really nice warm water?
They sure do. Perfume-scented waters.
Guys, I really want to go there.
Captain, when will you be ready to depart?
We won't leave until you're ready. We'll be ready very soon.
So, yeah, I don't think that's enough time for the bathhouse episode, guys. Sorry. Paulton says.
Out loud.
We're not in any hurry. We can wait for you.
I promise I won't have an episode. I just want to go to the bathhouse.
Look,
and by an episode, do we mean psychotic episode? Because I'm already there.
Maybe, or we could enter another dinosaur race, or,
Yeah, that's good. Let's bring attention to ourselves, huh?
I hate this place and I would like to leave, but if we have a problem to fix, then I'm happy to stay because I'm not going to run away. And she's just like,
I'm just saying, like, instead of how many more problems have always come back to find us later because we tried to ignore it or run away from it. Maybe just once we could just, I don't know. I thought maybe for once we could actually solve everything here and not run from our problems.
We don't even know how to get in touch with these people.
I don't think we get in touch with them.
Like, I kind of see your point, and that might be a good idea. Before I agree to that, I'm gonna turn to Gnome and be like, do you have like a guesstimate on when we would be leaving?
We'll stay here as long as we have to before you're ready to go.
Well, if we were to like just want to go, would you say it'd be like less than an hour?
Yeah.
Okay.
So if we need to run, we can still run.
Paulton casts invisibility on himself and goes, all right, cool. Yeah, whatever you guys want to do. I'm all ready. I'm all set. I've got an hour on this thing. So bring it on.
How about this? Can I just use like, I don't know, minor illusion or what is it?
Prestidigitation.
Yeah, to just make some words in the air that says, "We're sorry, Etepka Society."
You wouldn't be able to do them very far away or particularly, high up. It's not like skywriting.
Well, could we just walk around with that like
with a
above
neon
us?
sign?
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Oh my gosh, please. Evelyn tries to wave those away.
Strixus is like, I'm problem solving. I don't understand what to do.
Yeah, I'm sure the Secret Society won't have any objection to you around big signs with their name on it.
Secret society.
As you like flush it away, she's just like, oh, I tried. Maybe they'll try and kill us in the bathhouse.
Yeah, I think we're having that problem again where we all just like don't make a decision for a really long time. So I think you should make it.
Ah, shit. All right, how about this? We'll give ourselves 1 hour.
Bathhouse.
We'll give ourselves 1 hour. Evelyn, you can go to the bathhouse. I'll try to gather whatever information I can and see if I can't write a note or something or try to explain things or get things sorted, because I think talking to the right people could help a lot. Like, we apprehended the right evildoers. That way, and then exactly 1 hour from now, we all meet back up here, and regardless of how anything else is going, we leave.
Wait,
But
but
I want to try.
you guys
What
aren't
if-
coming with me to the bathhouse?
Please don't make me go to the bathhouse.
It'll be fun.
She's like looking at Dieth and Paulton like, please don't make me go to the bathhouse, please.
So Dieth, you really want to talk to these people. You really want to clear our names, huh?
I just think they're not that. I mean, yeah, we didn't really do anything wrong. And I've just been, maybe if we just explained that.
And this is okay. First of all, because I'm assuming that they're mad at us for what the other crew did. Yeah.
Right. That's what I'm imagining.
So what if we could prove it wasn't us?
What are you
Because
suggesting?
one of them's out there somewhere. So what if we could bring them back and be like, look, it wasn't us, and they'll leave us alone?
Didn't we already prove that? Isn't that why we were?
Yeah, they
Well,
knew it wasn't us. They're not the
but-
ones that the guards aren't mad at us. It was someone else. It was the secret people. And we don't know why they were mad at us. They could be mad at us because we survived. We don't know why they're mad at us. That's why explaining it might be a bad idea, because what if they're like, oh, we wanted them to die. Well, let's get them now with those poisons and the cookies that Strix worked so hard on.
Strix. Are you okay?
No. I'm never okay.
So we don't think that it's from the twin seas.
I mean, it might be, but at least the law here saw that it was not. Well, actually, I don't know. I was dead.
I'm saying, it seems like this secret society might be malicious. We might just want to leave. We can try for an hour. We could maybe try and figure out why they want us, but we don't know if they're good or evil or what.
The only thing that Captain Ordame told you when she was babbling on was that the Utepka Society is a Port Nyanzaro organization that protects Port Nyanzaro against what it perceives to be threats. to the city's well-being.
Right. So all we have to do is ask around, try to get a little more information, and then we can decide from there.
All right. Well, time's a wasting, and if we're gonna do that, I want to have time for a bath before we leave. So let's go.
All right. We can at least try to learn a little bit, to make sure we're even making the right decision in the first place.
All right. Lead the way, DF.
Okay. Captain Ordove, which way was the bathhouse for Evelyn?
She will set you on the course. In fact, she's got a couple crew members who are going to rush into town to pick up a few things for her, and they will basically just lead you to where you need to go.
Oh, there you are. Evelyn, they'll accompany you.
Wait, we're not all going together?
No, I've got to figure out this whole thing.
Well, what better place to ask around than a bathhouse?
She kind of has a point. But I don't want to go!
These two crewmen who you're traveling with, actually crewmen, they tell you that the bathhouses here are run by the priesthood of Soon, the god of beauty. They're generally beautiful, marble-floored, tiled bathhouses. You leave a donation there, and then basically stay in the bathhouse as long as you like, and they will help clean you. They have masseurs and masseuses, and
Don't they like pretty you up?
they
too?
do. They can.
Strix is so upset.
They can absolutely pretty you up. They can also have people come by with diaphanous silk clothing for you to buy while you are relaxing in the pool.
Doesn't that sound nice?
You know.
Sounds like a lot of things I don't need.
And
Well, how about
it's a
this?
place to where people, everyone of every walk of life, can sort of rub shoulders with higher and lower echelons. Everybody's kind of equal in these places.
All right. Evelyn, we'll go with you. We'll go to
You
the
don't-
bathhouse, not in it.
You don't have to take a bath. No one's making you take a bath. It's
Yeah.
okay.
Well, at least go with her so that we can stay close. And then around that area, I'll try to gather any information I possibly could.
Who knows? They might have a mud pit. Maybe you can get dirtier. I don't know.
Right.
Sometimes they do have, like mud facials and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. And I'm sure they have, garbage too. If you just want to like hang out in that, if that's your thing. I don't know.
Thanks, Walton. You know me too well.
I try.
All right, so you do arrive at one of these bathhouses. It's got a
All right.
great arch entrance with plants on the outside and priests of Soon standing in the doorway.
Have fun.
Why do you
And
guys
so-
keep just trying to drop me off? Fine. Fine. Sorry I came back to life. I'm just going to go take a bath by myself.
Oh, no, it's not like that.
Evelyn, don't make me guilty. No!
So you walk in and they're screaming behind you, Evelyn.
Strix to walk in behind Evelyn, like, Evelyn, no, don't be guilty, no!
One of the priests very demurely asks if she can take your hat and destroy it.
She runs back out again.
maybe give you something new.
No, she takes it as soon as she's like, ah! She's like holding it on as hard as she can to fix it.
Yes, Evelyn, you find yourself sort of swept through this place by expert handlers who ask you what you'd like to do, if you have any preferences for certain bathing oils or temperature or all that business.
She has a spa day. She
Yeah.
just
Excellent.
take as much as she can, and she, in between when they leave her alone to soak her feet or whatever, she gets all pouty. But when they're talking to her, she's like, "Oh yes, the newest this and that and style and fashion and blah 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 blah,"
Yeah.
and has just a grand old time.
Excellent. What are the rest of you doing?
So while she's doing that, so this Yatepka Society is some kind of underground secret of Nyanzaru.
So it would seem.
Okay, I would like to try to use my more natural ability at gathering information about seedy undergrounds to as best I possibly can to learn whatever I can about them, using thieves' cant
Yes.
and
Sorry, I was hoping that's what it would be.
like talking to the right people and using the kind of lingo to
Yep.
kind of get that trust and discuss it. Or even I got the background feature City Secrets, so I would like to. Feel like I can also use that to kind of get a feel
Yes.
about this information and just basically try to figure out the Utepka Society, what their MO is, what the are they necessarily good or evil? Are they like drop the ask questions later kind of society, or
Yeah.
as much as I can.
I want to be clear. I am also doing the exact same thing, but instead of thieves can't, I'm using stylist can't,
Nice.
which is like, where you learn all the gossip from your
Stylist
hairstylist.
can't.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice, nice.
Yeah.
Very
And
good.
It's one of the most effective information gathering techniques.
It is.
It's true.
Yeah, absolutely true.
It's actually Stylus Ken.
Strix is just gonna stand a good 10 feet like behind Dieth as he's doing all this stuff, just like totally useless. Like he has no
And,
abilities to do this.
And Paulton, you're just staying invisible in the general vicinity as well?
Yep, just listening in on what is told to DF,
Okay.
but invisibly.
DS, just make a charisma persuasion check with advantage.
Ooh, okay. Persuasion, which I am proficient in.
And Evelyn, do the same.
Persuasion, you said?
Yeah.
I rolled 2 19s,
Oh my god.
and after bonus, it's a total of 25.
Wow. Excellent.
Oh, we got an excellent.
With advantage, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. It barely matters because those are horrible rolls. I'm starting to hate these dice. Oh, luckily I have +9 to persuasion. So 16.
Okay. So Evelyn, in your chit chat, you find out that the Utepka Society is known to the priesthood. So many of the people that you're talking to actually are quite aware of it. They don't know how many members there are in the city, but the priesthood believes it's pretty small. But the members are primarily good-hearted Chultans who, in many respects, share goals similar with those of the Harpers of the North. That is to say that they oppose any individual or group that would abuse power to the detriment of society. And you also find out from them that this Utepka Society was instrumental in liberating Port Nyanzaru from foreign powers and facilitating the rise of the 7 merchant princes after those powers were driven out.
Do I hear any gossip about our group in particular, why we might be personas non gratas?
They've heard nothing about your group in particular.
Okay.
When they tell you that when a society judges that someone has damaged the social fabric of Port Nyanzaru or Chult, or is on the verge of committing a great wrong, they will often present a warning in the form of an iron token with a triceratops head.
Gotcha.
And it's up to the marked individual or individuals to figure out the meaning of the token and take steps to correct the offending behavior or to undo the damage if damage has been done. Dieth, you learn all of this information, and in addition, you also learn that the Society has of late been working tirelessly to prevent the Zentarum and other dubious factions from taking over the government or gaining undue influence. Moreover, they've been taking steps to covertly eliminate the threat from pirates, which is becoming an increasing problem in the area. And you hear through the cant that there are probably fewer than 50 members of the Utepka Society, and they don't advertise their membership, but identify one another using a simple hand gesture, which is a raised left hand with the index finger, the middle finger, and the third finger extended, representing the 3 horns of the unicorn. Or not the unicorn, the triceratops.
Okay.
Caca! The triceratops, caca! What? Yeah, so because of their secretiveness, not many people understand, or like they have no idea where they're based or whatever. And you could be walking down the street, and any of the faces you look at could be somebody who belongs to the Utepka Society.
Okay. So, what I got from this was we got a warning or symbol of sorts to say that they believe we did something wrong, and all we need to do is correct it.
Yep.
What did we do?
I don't know. But they also said we could try to interpret it and figure it out based on the disc that we got from them. Paulton, where's the disc?
The disc.
Yeah, remember we found it on the steps? The little thing had the Triceratops on it? Turns out that's actually a warning or symbol of the Tepka Society.
But, I mean, we don't need it, though, do we?
Maybe we don't necessarily need it, but I feel like it could be helpful.
Do you think you could find someone that could deliver a letter to them? Maybe we could write a letter to them. A nice apology letter.
Yeah, I mean, that was my thought, too. I thought about that.
And Strix will turn her staff into the quill pen and be like, I'm ready.
All right, keep that at the ready. As soon as we can find someone, maybe we can actually get it to them.
I can say sorry a lot.
Yeah. While this is going on, Evelyn, you have sort of transferred yourself to a private bath, this sort of big pool with all these marble pillars surrounding it, and you're just sort of maybe sitting on a pool step or whatever. The water is scented and beautifully smelling, and you might have little cucumbers on your eyes. I don't know.
Yeah, I think I also take some time to write a letter to my pen pal Omen while I'm there.
So you're gonna like break out a writing kit or something and just sort
I'm sure they have some there, right? They have like a little piece of paper and quill that I could rent, right?
He does have a big church.
Yeah, sure.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. So in that case, they'll probably after you've taken your bath and you're just sort of wearing one of the priesthood house coats, they'll just put you in a small chamber where you can write out your letter. And there's some natural.
I can't do it in the pool?
Sure, or that. Yes. Just they tell you not to get any ink in the pool.
Oh, I'll be very careful.
Okay. So you're just writing the letter by the side of the pool,
Yeah, just,
which you pretty much got to yourself.
One cucumber on my eye, just like
Yeah.
la la la.
Okay. Make a perception check.
Okay.
Wow, with your one eye.
Yeah, it's horrible. Like 6.
Okay.
Okay, you perceive nothing.
Yeah.
Moving on, as always.
So Paulton does not produce the token DF.
Okay. I'm sure it's fine. This is fine.
Yeah, I think if we need it, then we can. Yeah, I mean, of course, it's around. I hit it tactfully.
Well,
because I knew, but I didn't want it on my person.
you had it longer than I did. Do you remember anything else about it aside from the fact that it had a Triceratops on it? Was there like a Post-it note that just said something like?
Nope, there was nothing.
No, just the Triceratops, and it was heavy.
Well, heck.
Same.
Strix writes the letter. Sorry, we lost your token, so we don't know what you did wrong. We did wrong. Whoops. Cross out you.
It's not lost. It's misplaced.
If it needs to, we can go find it again, though, right?
Yeah.
DF. Something flashes across your eyes, like
that's
a
probably
light
good.
is like somebody's shining a light in your eyes. And when you look up on its source, there's somebody up on a rooftop, a flat rooftop, looking down in the general area where the three of you are. And you can see that the sunlight is gleaming off of a staff that this figure is holding. It's also gleaming off of the figure itself, which appears to be humanoid, wearing a white and blue robe, quite exquisite, with like gold fittings and things which also gleam in the sun.
Okay. So.
And then when it's clear that this figure has gotten your attention, you see it withdraw out of sight.
Right away. Nothing about it suggests to me that it's possibly Zentirum.
You can't really get a great look at it because you had the light in your eyes. It was a
Okay.
it was a humanoid in a light-colored robe, a white robe.
Okay.
Do I notice that Dieth is distracted?
You would have seen the light sort of flash across his eyes, and then you just sort of look up at the source of it for an instant there.
What'd I miss?
I think someone just signaled me. And we're going
Where?
to find out who that was. He's over that way.
That way? What's
Yeah.
that way?
A dude. Come with me.
Was he like on a roof or something? Or?
Yes.
Like, oh, okay. Let's figure out what that's all about. And I'm gonna just dimension door up there.
Yeah.
Oh,
right.
perfect.
Yeah, so
See if you
there's
can
sort
find
of,
him.
there's sort of a magical door effect that appears, but I guess your invisibility would end because it's
Yeah,
concentration.
that's fine.
So you appear as you are on the roof, and you are standing in the presence of a humanoid who looks like a cross between a man and a gold dragon. His head is that of a gold dragon.
guy.
He has golden claws, or golden hands with black talons, and he looks like a half-dragon man, in a robe carrying a staff with a green orb at the top.
So after Paulton Dimension Door's up there, Dieth will turn to Strix and just tell her to get up there and back him up. I'll catch up.
Okay. I'll use my broom.
So after those two use their super cool magic powers and fly up and
All right.
teleport or whatever onto
No,
the
I could
rooftop.
dimension door you up too,
Oh, or whatever.
if you want,
Evelyn.
and you don't have to.
Save yourself.
Evelyn, as you are writing, somebody garrots you from behind.
Ah!
Oh yeah, I was wondering.
Not cool.
And they must have come up out of the water. So
super
everybody roll
uncool.
initiative.
They're in there the whole time?
I didn't get to say anything.
You may yet, if you roll high. We'll start with Evelyn.
I roll a nat 1.
Oh my god.
I roll a nat 20, so 25 total.
Holy shit.
Balance.
Strix,
I got an 18.
18. Paulton.
You know, when you said if you roll high, I'm like, you know what? That probably will result in a nat 1, which it did.
Twins.
But you have a
So-
bonus of like plus something, right? So
So a whopping 3.
3. Great. So Diath, you see Paulton, bamf, appear up on the roof, and he is visible.
How far away did he go?
Oh, he probably went about 50 feet.
Oh, that's nothing. For
Plus about 30 feet up.
Oh, that's a problem for old Dieth. Cunning action, dash, get up to that, fast hands, and start climbing up onto that roof.
Yeah, there are awnings and protuberances that you can basically leap from one to the other to kind of make your way up there, but I will ask you to make an athletics check.
Athletics.
Yep.
What if I said I was doing forward flips?
That's great. Athletics. I believe athletics still needed.
That's great.
Needed for your forward flips.
Oh, okay, that's
Cool.
not bad. Just a flat 15.
Great. Yeah. So you are able
Okay.
to hop on up there and see this figure, who kind of seems a little bit threatened by the suddenness of Paulton's appearance and has turned his staff pointedly at your bard.
So whoa.
Yeah, same. Whoa.
Do you want to do anything else? That's a move and a
As
dash
soon as I
for
get
you.
up there, I just be like, I got your signal. We're just here to talk.
Okay.
Then I do this. Maybe.
Make a persuasion check.
Maybe.
Like,
You're like, it could be raptor claws.
Persuasion 16.
That seemed either your words, the sign, or some combination of tunes seemed to sort of stay his whatever action he was planning, and he sort of lowers his staff
Oh, thank God. Cool.
and says, "You have been asking questions."
Yeah.
Did
And
you get the answers that you seek?
not quite the ones that we were hoping for, no.
He says, "I can't tell you much, but I will tell you this. You are not the recipient of that token."
I was gonna also think that. but we are so guilt-ridden, I assumed it was for us.
He says, in a way, it was.
Of course it was for us. Everything's our fault.
We have come to realize that there are others who look remarkably like you.
That's exactly it. We know exactly what you're talking about. They are
The token
literal.
was given to them. They must have passed it on to you.
Those clever bastards.
That clever bastard.
Well, then if you know of this token, perhaps it would calm you to know that we have taken care of almost all of the recipients.
The threats.
The threats to Nyanzaru. We have dealt with it.
He says, the token has caused enough trouble. Return it to me.
Yes, Platoon, let's return it.
Right. On it. Dimension. Wait, are we still in initiative?
Yeah, actually. So that will take us to Strix.
I'll fly up there
With your broom.
with my broom. Yeah. Oh man, just like sorry.
All right.
There's like smoke and like a
Yeah.
bunch of like children's faces or something. Like sorry.
Yeah.
And then when I get up there, is that the same dragon man
Yes.
that I recognize? Okay.
Yes, when you last saw him, he had a pair of golden wings spreading from his
Yes.
back, and he was flying up to the airship to greet you. You know,
Yes.
you know him as Zindar, the quartermaster.
All right. I will wave. I was hiding from him, but I was peeking over a crate, so he might recognize me. So I'm like, oh, hi, Zindar. Remember me?
Yes. Yes, I do.
Wait, you guys know each other?
Oh yeah, when I was with Omen and Acquisitions Inc., I met him.
Of course.
Well, it's helping. Look, he knows me. We don't mean you any harm, or Port Nyanzaru, or any of that. So
I
please-
apologize if our token caused you any grievance.
Well, you know, things have just been really hard, and we're just kind of don't want to leave any loose ends of people that will come find us and kill us later, because there's probably like 12 of those right now. So, just so you know, we don't mean any harm, and here you go. And she'll like take a cookie out of her robe and just like toss it at him.
All right. He will he will let the cookie fall onto the dusty roof and then use a mage hand to kind of hold it up in the air. While this is going on, Evelyn, you are being strangled to death. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oof. Con. Oh, luckily. Is my con still buffed, even though I'm human?
Yes.
Sick. Lysander loves me.
Lysander still
Yeah.
loves you.
Yeah, 15.
Okay, you feel you're so caught by surprise as this thing starts to choke you out, you almost pass out right away. But somehow you just manage to fight it off, even though the darkness is now swelling behind your eyes as this thing tightens around you. And,
I just got this body back! Ugh!
and at the we come to Paulton's turn.
Right. So said disc. Like now, I'm going to ask him, do you monitor the discs to even see if they're received?
No, we sort of lose track of them, actually.
Because...
And it's never good to have them fall into the wrong hands.
Right. Well, I take it upon myself to not take what isn't mine. And I figured maybe somebody left this there for good reason, but I didn't assume it was for me. So I just carried on and didn't disturb it. Can I deceive?
Yeah, please. Go ahead. Oh my god. Oh jeez.
Cool. 25.
He says, "Oh, all right then. No great loss."
So, Zindar, is it fair to assume that you are part of the Utepka Society? If so, your secret is safe.
I help them out from time to time.
Certainly. Well, if nothing else, if you could at least deliver a message for us and let them know that whatever threat they were feeling was not us. It was clones of us. And I don't know if you missed the kerfuffle the other day, but we actually dealt with it.
And just in case they come back again, that's not us either.
Okay. He says, just following up to a point. Yes, so there could be more of them, is what you're saying.
We're not entirely sure. Strix?
It's bad news. You have a hag problem, just so you know. They live under the city. It's a bad infestation.
Yeah, you might want to
Hags.
like guess that out or something.
He asks you for details about that, like where in the city did you see them?
Oh yeah, she'll go all into that. She'll be like, and then they were
Okay.
under there, and
Yeah.
she'll tell him all about that. Say they're the Sohn sisters, and blah blah blah.
Okay.
She'll tell him
That
everything.
definitely interests him, and he assures you that he will have it checked out.
Right. Cool. And then she's like, that's where the clones are coming from, and they've also been cloning other people and kidnapping people and throwing them into a cauldron where there's a big hole full of bodies, and
There
it just
have been a
reminded
rash
me.
of kidnappings lately.
They're bad news.
We'll take care of it.
I'm not one of them, even though I smell.
You don't smell to me.
Aw.
She's really happy. She's like, oh.
And he says, I won't trouble you any further. I will take your message to the members of the Atepka Society that I've been known to talk to in the past, and I'm sure this will all blow over smoothly. I wish you a safe trip back to wherever it is you call home.
Much appreciated. And
Feel
we-
free to
again,
return.
We mean no harm to them, and I hope things go smoothly.
I'm sure
Is
it
there
will.
like a
Trouble
I don't know,
yourself no further about it.
Right. I know your typical Utepka Society rules or anything, but do you guys have like an apology system or anything? Like if you get the wrong target or something, you say sorry by giving them, say, a small treasure of sorts.
He says, no.
Great.
But maybe you could get us out of the port. We don't have anything to give the dragon turtle, and you know the dragon turtle really well.
He says, we're not on speaking terms, but yes, I know Aramag quite well.
What can we get? What can we give her? We are not really rich. We do things because we have good hearts, unfortunately.
Kinda.
He says, Aramag is wise. I'm sure he will take only as much as you can give.
Might he
Alright.
take something dangerous, but expensive?
If you're
Not a
referring to...
bomb.
If you're referring... Yes. I'm sure dragon turtles are, like other dragons, arrogant. They believe themselves able to handle and triumph over anything.
Strix just like smiles like, great. That's all I needed to know.
Great. Good to hear.
All right, you see gold dragon wings sprout from his back, and he takes
Cool.
to the air.
Neat.
Evelyn, you get to go on your initiative count of 1. You are being strangled by something behind you that you can't see. Tight cord wrapped around your neck. What would you like to do? Oh, and at the start of your turn, you take some damage.
The chat reminded me that I might have some sort of resurrection nerf. Is that the case?
Resurrection nerf.
They're saying I should have -4
resurrection
on saving
penalty?
throws.
Hang on. I'm glad they're on your
But
side.
also I forgot that my aura of protection applies to me.
You did
so
take
I
a
get
long
+5.
rest.
I did. So I don't chat. There you go. So actually it should have been a 21 saving throw.
Okay. So you didn't actually come close to blacking out.
That's great.
Yeah, so boop-a-doop-boop-boo. Coming back from the dead, blah, 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 blah. So yeah, every time you finish a long rest, the penalty is reduced by 1 until it disappears. So you are currently -3 on your attack rolls, saving throws, and ability checks.
Ah, okay. So then it would have been an 18.
18, which is fine.
Attack rolls too, huh?
Yeah.
-3.
-3 on all the good stuff. And as you're being choked out, at the start of your turn, you took 15 points of damage.
Well, la-ti-da. 15. Cool. So I imagine that if I've been chilling in the bath, I'm probably not having my weapons on me.
That is true.
But
And
I was
actually, yeah.
writing,
Yeah.
and I imagine I have a quill pen.
You do have a quill pen.
So I'm going to try to stab whoever it is behind me in
Yes.
the eye
All right.
with the quill pen.
Make an improvised attack roll. So it's just a regular. You don't add your proficiency bonus to the attack.
12.
Okay.
Oh, -3.
Minus-
9.
Okay. Yeah, you sort of weakened by your deathly ordeal. You aren't able to actually stick it in something. It's kind of blocked as you swing it around and try to stab it in the neck.
This is really uncool.
as you're sort of
Naked
flailing
Evelyn
around-
having a spa day can't fight off this person
Right.
strangling her because her friends didn't come to the bathhouse with her.
Yeah. And as you sort of flail and kick around at the edge of the pool, you hear the sound of other sort of disturbances in the water around you. And that's when bats start to try to pierce your flesh. But what's your AC without armor? Basically just your dex bonus.
My dex bonus is 2.
Okay. So you are struck, and you can see your blood kind of begin to pour into the water as you take another 27 points of damage. And I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
You know what this feels like? It feels like driving a brand new car out of a lot and running right into a pole.
Oh, no.
Okay, Constitution.
Yeah.
Which equals out to
Minus
a plus
3.
1.
Yeah.
Or no, plus 2.
Correct. Yeah.
So,
You get to aura protection your own Constitution saving throw?
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Swear to God, if you
15.
just die again.
Okay. So you also take.
Because no one would go with me to the bathhouse.
You also take 23 poison damage.
Okay.
Stop.
Is it still worth it for not being clean?
You know, I'm sorry that Evelyn wanted a little hashtag self-care after being, dead.
They tried to throw Strix's hat away.
Evelyn, we'll circle back around. Actually, no, it's the guy who's strangling your turn. So I need you to make another Constitution saving throw.
Oh, fun. I make one on my turn and his turn?
You make a Constitution saving throw to resist falling unconscious on his turn. You make a Constitution saving throw whenever you're stabbed by a poison blade on your turn.
Oh. Oh, I see. Okay. Well, that's just a nat 1. That's
Oh.
just a nat 1.
Okay.
That's great.
So you pass
Really
out. What do the rest of you do?
Oh, we're going back to the bathhouse to find Evelyn.
Yeah.
High five, have a party, get a couple drinks, and then we'll meet up with her in an hour. Right.
All right.
I blame Omen.
I do too. If our business with Zinder is resolved, then I do think like the DS natural reaction would be to be like, all right, well, we can let Evelyn know that everything is sorted. Maybe we can get ourselves some time in the bathhouse.
When you get to the bathhouse, you see that there is a ruckus outside, a bunch of priests standing outside talking to guards.
Oh, that's probably bad.
That's
Yeah,
probably bad.
and people just sort of standing curiously out and kind of forming a horseshoe ring to see what is actually going on inside. But it's very clear, based on the tenor of the scene, that something bad has happened inside the bathhouse.
I'm going to try to get closer and closer as much as possible to kind of overhear what they're saying and try to glean what's possibly going in there.
Yeah, apparently 2 assassins slipped into the bathhouse to murder an individual inside.
That's all I needed to hear. I turned back, Pulp Strix, and get back in there as fast as possible.
Are they going to let us in?
Don't care.
So the guards actually do try to prevent you from going inside. If you want to try to slip past them, you can either use stealth or just acrobatics to slip past them.
Invisibility for me,
Invisibility
please.
would work as well.
Diaz would not have time to sneak around them. He had too much of a sense of urgency, so he'd rather use acrobatics to kind of break through and handle it himself.
Go ahead and make a check
All right.
opposed by their strength, athletics.
That's right. For Evelyn. 19.
Okay, one of the guards actually catches you
Shit!
and kind of pushes you back out. But you feel something invisible brush past you and go inside as you are
perfect.
repelled.
If
When
Paul
the-
gets through, that's fine.
When the guard catches him, could Strix just reach out and touch him and turn him into a cloud?
DF?
I would absolutely allow that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Strix is
Okay.
just like straight up staring at the guard, just like really weird, and she just touches him and turns him into a cloud.
Okay, yes, you do, Dieth. As soon as you become a cloud, a couple of the priests say, "That's exactly what the assassins did."
Oh, balls. Then I turn into a cloud.
All
and
right.
just go inside.
Yes. Paulton, when you go inside and you sort of make your way through chambers, you follow the crowd and the ruckus to where the scene of the crime happened, and you see a pool red with blood. And at the edge of that pool, you see Evelyn basically kind of sitting in a recliner chair as a couple priests wave at her. She is alive, wounded, and coming to her senses. Evelyn, after you went blank, you don't remember anything until you were awakened by two wet cat people who told you that they startled the assassins and scared them off. And so you are basically on this chaise lounge, reclined, clutching, your wounded. As they're bandaging you up, you could probably heal yourself at this point since you've kind of regained your senses, if you have a lay on hands.
Okay. My party is here. They see me.
You don't see anybody from your party. You see
good.
you see some priests of Soon, you see some guards who were called in, and you see these two drenched cat people. One of them looks like you've met Tabaxi before, or seen them in Port Nyanzaru. This appears to be a male and a female. The male's sort of got a golden tawny coat, and the female's got more of silvery gray sheen to her fur. But they talk to each other like they've known each other for a very long time. And
As she comes to, then Evelyn's gonna be like, "Dang it! I just got this," and she's just futzing around with her body and doing like lay on hands, like smoothing off the wound and like she's like putting on lotion,
Yeah.
like, gosh, dang it! I just got and
Yeah.
and then she's like, "Thank you so much. What
yeah,
happened?"
and you heard the guards question the two Tabaxi. Apparently, their names are River Mist and Flask of Wine. And
Aw.
they showed up here to be pampered, and they came upon you being accosted by two assassins in the water, leapt into the water onto the assassin's back, raked at them madly with their claws until the assassins finally broke off and fled. And the assassins kind of turned into water snakes as they slithered out of the bathhouse.
Ew. Also, I would imagine that the smell of blood in the water would be like overpowering to Evelyn right now. So I think she is like kind of reacting to that too, a little like, "Ugh,"
Yeah,
like
the blood it's kind of turned the water a pinkish hue, so it's not so saturated that it. In fact, the smell of the blood probably isn't greater than the perfume scent that was in the water.
oh, okay.
So you're okay.
Well, then she's fine.
and
she's just,
Paulton, do you want to stay invisible or reveal yourself at any point?
Okay, so so there's the two cat people, there's
There's
Evelyn,
two cat
there's
people.
guards.
There's two priests of the bathhouse tending to Evelyn, and there's a couple guards interrogating the two cat people. Not interrogating, questioning them. Yeah.
if Paulton does see me, I assume I'm not wearing my boots right now, right?
Probably not. Not in the water. Yeah.
So this would be the first time that Paulton would notice that Evelyn actually, her leg ends below the knee at her left leg ends below the knee.
He sees this, is like, question for later. I'm going to stay invisible,
Okay.
but then I'm going to try and like get behind her
Okay.
just so I can like, how close are they to her? Or is she just kind of like alone right now?
They sort of move back and forth. Like they'll bring her a towel, or they'll check her bandages about once every 3 or 4 minutes, and remove them, take them away. They'll bring her a drink. Basically, the priests are doing their utmost to prove that this place, they feel terrible that Assassin slipped in here and kind of wrecked Evelyn's experience. And so they're doing their utmost to pamper and tend to her. But they do leave her alone for brief periods of time, enough that you could like whisper in an ear or talk to her in low tones.
Evelyn tries to hold hands with the tabaxi who saved her a lot.
Okay.
She's just
yeah.
like thanking them and like rubbing their paws on her face. And like, just I'm so sorry to be such a burden. I just wanted a spa day and I just ruined it for everybody. And now the pool's all gross. Oh.
At a moment where she's a little more alone, I'm just gonna like tell her really quietly. I'm assuming I don't have. Okay, so she'll know my voice. So I'll just be like, "Hey, okay, don't panic. Calm down. I'm in here now. I don't think I'm supposed to be in here, but if you can, I've also been I've been chivalrous. I've not been looking, so that's not an issue. Just it's like when you can get out of here. We're all outside. Last I checked, and just get it going when you can.
Okay. Thanks.
Okay. Cool. See you outside.
Yeah, Strix, what do you do now that you're both gas clouds standing outside and the guards around you are kind of freaking out?
Oh, also, as invisible, I would like to leave.
Okay.
And as she hears him kind of going, she's like, wait, oh.
Can we just chill until we see Evelyn come out?
If he's still invisible, we won't see him come out.
Oh yeah, we won't see Paulton come out. All right.
If I'm coming out, would I happen to recognize said clouds?
Well, I was just going to ask, since you guys don't know what's going on in the bathhouse or where Paulton is relative to Evelyn, or even if Evelyn's alive, what are the two gas clouds doing in these moments?
Oh, we're going to go into the bathhouse.
Yeah, we're still trying to get in.
Okay, then they can't stop you, so you're able to basically float in room to room. And
I'm just like, break off!
And you probably, Paulton, as you're leaving the chamber where Evelyn is in and kind of stepping out into the hall, you probably come face to face with the two gas clouds who are being followed by the guards.
And is it safe for me to assume that I know what these clouds are?
Yes, they bear a striking likeness to your two friends.
I'm just gonna be like, guys, she's fine. She'll be out soon. Get out of here.
Do we hear that?
Yep.
All right. Do the guards hear that?
Oh, who knows?
So then
I'm just gonna keep like sneaking as I say that. I'm like, I'm still getting out of here, ducking under their snow. Yeah.
Then I guess as clouds, like Dieth and Strix turn to each other, and then just kind of shrug and then start leaving.
Just go the other way.
Just kind of cloud shrug and he's like, all right, just kidding.
A couple of the guards shrug their shoulders in confusion as you start to drift back out, and they will follow you. They will follow you back out. And when you emerge, some people are startled by the forms of Dieth and Strix as they emerge from the bathhouse.
Wait, so when they're clouds, is it just like cloud versions of themselves?
Yeah, basically.
Oh my God! This whole time I thought they were literal clouds. I'm like, what? Why would they like follow like mist? I didn't realize they're like like mushroom-looking people.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
not mushroom, marshmallow.
Yeah.
I always picture Strix's with a witch hat too.
Yeah. So just like, oh, okay, that's less discreet than I thought.
Yeah.
So once you're all back outside, and at this point in time, basically untouchable to the guards, are you just hanging out around here, or are you going to drift away?
He said wait, she'll be out, so I guess we'll
Okay.
wait, and I'll just make a game of mocking the guards as a cloud.
Okay.
Are these guards just standing there like, it's like, we're going to wait till you're done?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Got to wear off sometime. Okay, so you're hanging out there. Evelyn, what do you do? At this point in time, the tabaxi are going to be treated by the priesthood to the finest that the bathhouse has to offer.
It was Flask of Wine and what was the other one's name?
River Mist.
River Mist. I want to spend time talking to River Mist and Flask of Wine and like profusely thank them for saving me and ask if there's anything I can do in return.
Well, They do work in the city and outside the city a great deal, and life in the city can be expensive. If you know any opportunities for them, anybody who might be looking for guides into Chult, perhaps, they would be very grateful.
Oh, you need money? Here, I have 35 gold. I just give that to them.
Oh, you take it out of whatever your parcel of stuff is.
Yeah.
They won't turn it down. They say thank you, and they hope that you have a better day from this point forward, and they bid you farewell.
And if anyone asks for a guide, I'll be sure to tell them. But I think I only have like 20 more minutes till my ship leaves, so I'm not sure how
You have
many
a ship?
recommendations I'll be.
They say.
Not really. I mean, but we have passage on a ship, but it's unclear whether a dragon turtle's going to try to eat us when we leave. I don't know. It's kind of a thing.
They seem to know about Aramag.
Yeah. We have to go to Waterdeep. I'd rather stay here, but...
But yes, they take the gold. They sort of parcel it away in their pouches.
All right. Well, thanks. Appreciate it. And then as I'm leaving, is there like a? You said the managers are kind of like administering to us and like giving the finest they could offer.
Yeah.
Are they going to try to charge me for?
Oh no.
Okay.
No.
So it was all complimentary.
Yeah.
I mentioned that if they felt like maybe replacing my garments that had been really damaged, that might be really helpful.
They will allow you to pick out of their parlor anything that fits that you think is going to work with your ensemble.
What kind of clothes do they have?
Most of them are light, diaphanous summer weather wear, because Port Nyanzaru is so humid and warm.
Okay. I pick what I think is the most appropriate for sailing. So I think I'm in like resort wear.
Okay.
And then I
So
just
like
put
massive floppy hat.
Sandals. Yeah.
Yeah. And like a super flowing dress, like a sundress
right.
that's like linen. And then I just put my armor over that.
Okay. Fun. Okay.
Oh my god.
So you come out and your weird sort of diaphanous clothing is kind of bunching out from under your armor in weird places, and okay. Evelyn does emerge eventually. The guards are aware that she was the victim of this attack. They don't hinder her, but they do ask if you're going to file any report.
We just don't really have time, so it's fine. It's nothing that hasn't happened before.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know. Am I reunited with my party?
You do see Gas Diath and Gas Strix out there being surrounded by guards.
Do you guys think we should file a report?
Oh, they're with you?
Yeah.
I'll
Like the
uncloud us
cloudy
as
one.
soon as they say that. Like,
Okay, good. We're unclouded.
Yeah. If Evelyn, you take custody of your gassy friends, they're not so gassy friends, they will let them go.
We were just trying to help her. Sorry.
I think just, don't worry about it. We just know that if ever we come by Chult again, we will have friends at the saloon bathhouse, won't we? Or so whatever this bathhouse is.
soon.
Soon.
All right.
Are we leaving?
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Of course, someone makes me take a bath.
as we're like walking away, like I'm still invisible, so I kind of want to just like walk by one of the guards.
Yep.
Just like flick them on the ear and make them think another guard did it, and then just keep walking.
Okay. Those two guards get into an argument. All right. So Evelyn, you got your stuff all sort of slung over your shoulder, and you're making your way along in these strange new garments that you've acquired.
I have
So-
all my gear as usual, except a pretty dress
Right.
underneath it.
Right.
And I
you
cleaned
slapped
all
your
my
boots.
armor.
You've slapped your boots back on. And,
Yeah. And they're all clean. They're resplendent. It's great.
Yeah,
So-
Paulton, you can't take your eye off that foot. You're like,
So along the way back, as Evelyn just kind of flies alongside the party,
Yeah.
Dieth will explain to her everything that had happened with Zinder, and that we got our troubles cleared up. That wasn't meant for us. We're actually clean. They aren't going to be coming after us. So now there's no more confusion. We're good here.
Evelyn was really excited to try to tell Dieth all the stuff she found out, like she helped, and then Dieth was like, "Oh yeah, we figured it all out. We fixed it."
Also, we could give the dragon turtle the bomb, and he'll love it.
All right, well, good thing that I didn't come with you guys because it sounds like you didn't need me at all. So, and I just got into trouble, and yeah, it's fine. So
Somebody else bailed you out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're sorry we left you alone and you got in trouble so soon. I
No,
actually
it's fine.
feel really
It's fine.
bad.
It's probably better that I wasn't with you because it just would have ruined the whole thing.
Strix will like walk up and grab Evelyn by the shoulders and say, "Never say we won't need you. It hurts." And then she just like keeps walking.
All right, back at the ship, the captain and crew are ready to go. As you board the vessel, Captain Ortome will tell you that the sloop it's got a big top deck. The crew spends most of their time up there, and they've got the ship well under hand. They don't need any help from you. There is a compartment or a little sort of house at the back of the ship where you can go inside and make yourselves comfortable in a shared cabin with enough room that you can kind of lay your stuff out in separate corners, and there's like a hammock for each of you. Waffles and you will be a tight fit in here, but Waffles can sleep on the deck out front.
Okay. Just as long as we make sure we have Waffles and Simon with us.
And the ship leaves the dock, heads out across the harbor and into the bay, and then raises its sails to catch the warm wind, racing toward the strait. And as you get close to the strait, Ortome will just knock on your door, tell you that you're approaching. Chances, Aramag doesn't always show up when a ship passes through the strait, but often ships leaving are intercepted, particularly if they seem heavy of hold.
Right. Do we still have a plan for this?
What if we tell them we're poor?
We're going to look. They're an arrogant dragon turtle. They'll want the most powerful thing that we have, and that is that crazy bomb that you'll just take the key out and then we'll throw it off the ship.
How about the okay, because taking the key out, we're assuming is going to like start it back up, right?
Well, it's a dragon. They can handle it. They want to handle the scariest things, the worst things, and that's definitely the worst thing we have.
Yeah, that's the fear, Paulton.
Yeah, so what if we just give them the bomb with the key still in it? And it's like,
we can't give any. No, those can't go to that.
How do we know that won't kill us? Right. So why don't we just give it as is?
I can't just leave a key on
No, we can't. We'll take it out and then open a dimension door and throw it down towards the dragon turtle.
Evelyn's looking at Paulton like for once she's like thinks those two are crazy and they are the only two people who understand reality. She's like, how I don't understand how this doesn't make sense. Giant bomb, huge kaboom.
Yeah. So it's like, okay, so really quick, let's go over it. So we can't give him the key. Why? Refresh me.
Because for whatever reason, Shemeshka wants them. And the more she gets, the more dangerous things become.
Okay, so were we going to be like, here's your key. Also, it's in a bomb, lol.
And you think she can't get that?
I don't know.
We really shouldn't give her the bomb.
We're not going to give her the bomb. Tempting, but no.
Okay, well, because here's the thing. I don't want to be blown up. I know it's really weird. It's a weird preference thing. It's not for everyone, but for me, living is kind of working. So how about we not blow ourselves up? Because you're assuming that this dragon can stop the explosion. This dragon that we heard about like an hour ago.
It's really big. I've seen it. I flew over it. It's really big.
And
yeah,
you asked
it's
it,
actually
hey,
as big, if not bigger, than Clough.
It's massive.
Holy
we're just gonna
shit.
give it. Yeah, we're just gonna give it. It's fine. Listen, Paulson, it's fine.
and you want to throw an active bomb at it.
I'll go out of my broom and take the key out and throw it. It'll be fine.
Yo,
No.
hey, can I just point something out here? When have Paulton cared this much about a plan? It might be that there's a
Is he
serious
drunk?
problem with it.
The serious problem is that it entails me dying, and I'm so not about that life.
Well, here, Paulton. And she'll just like
Or
hand
Jack.
him her broom and be like, you don't want to die, you can fly on the broom, and I'll just throw it myself.
Then you blow up. Then, like, that, sis, do you, like, stop trying to, stop that.
She
The
like,
solution-
gets really crestfallen when she'll stop. She's like,
The solution isn't like, hey, look, an explosion, let me throw myself at it. That's not going to fix it.
Hold on. Let me check something. Can I see the bomb for just a minute? Who has it? I forgot who we put it on. Do I still have it?
It's
Evelyn
in my
has it.
backpack.
Okay. I just
I
need to
think.
see it.
She
I'm not
dives
doing
into her
anything.
bag. She's like ruffling through stuff. I think it was in there. I'm pretty sure I put
Yeah,
it.
it's down there.
Yeah. I'm not doing anything. I just want to see it.
You see
Yeah.
it? It's got this
So-
key sticking out.
All right. It has been some time since I've looked at this, Chris.
Yeah.
I would like to once again re-examine the mechanisms and try to figure out generally how much time is actually left on the timer. Because when I first deactivated it, I thought it was only a minute left.
Yeah.
And after all the hijinks, it seemed like it was more than a minute. So I might have been wrong. So I just want to double check and see if I can still figure out exactly how much time is left.
Make a intelligence arcana check.
Arcana.
Can I just point out as you're examining this that I actually don't think it's cool to just like bomb a dragon that's never done anything to us?
And
Seems
also,
like
that
a pretty
could do
peaceful,
something to
protective
us
dragon.
that, let's say, the explosion doesn't kill it.
Arcana check 15.
Okay.
Can I assist? Because I have that.
Yeah, you can stand over his shoulder and point to stuff, so you get advantage on the check.
Okay. Just like,
All right.
Yeah.
18.
Hard to say, but you'd venture to guess that just a few seconds.
Oh.
a few seconds?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's got a few. You think it's got a few seconds? So there's literally no way we can do that without leaving the key in.
I think Paulton's right.
You hear a knock on the door, and you hear Orname's voice says, "I think I better come out here."
I have mage hand.
yeah.
I can do it with mage hand.
Evelyn
Let's-
opens the door
hold
and
up.
comes out there.
Yeah, when you go outside the door, a warm wind has picked up, and Evelyn, as you kind of look around, the ship is sailing through the strait of the Bay of Chult, and you can see that there is a storm brewing ahead out in the open sea, and you're starting to get the brush of that. But it is sort of whipping some of the palm trees and things on the high ridges to each side of you, on the land masses that sort of form the pincer claw around the bay. And as that picks up, the waters in the strait do seem to churn a little bit more, but there is something there that looks like an island at first and then sort of goes down under the water ahead of you.
Oh no. Paulton is just like, all right, it's like, you know what? Fine. Keep your bomb, keep your key. It's fine. And he's just like, it likes magic shit, right? That's what we've established. If
Just
we
said
don't
valuables, money, treasure, whatever.
like, all right, wait, Chris, they said like magic stuff too, right?
Yeah.
He's like, all right, fine. And he just takes out his mandolin, just like chucks it at their feet. It's just like, use that, just throw it in. I don't give a shit, dude. And he just goes back to the room.
Look what you guys did.
I didn't do it. I'm so guilty. I don't even know what to do
Mandolin's
anymore.
not going to do anything if I'm dead, so it doesn't make a difference.
But how will you fly?
Already gone.
He's already gone.
Trix is just yelling at the door. How will you fly?
Look, I'll talk to the dragon turtle, okay? I have a pile of pretty things. I got some magic stuff. I'll figure it out, okay?
Okay.
Evelyn goes flying toward the dragon turtle.
Okay, as you fly off the ship, you see that the dragon turtle is underwater and making its way toward the ship on an intercept course, but it is underwater.
She just kind of hangs out, like not trying to engage it, but waiting until it surfaces.
Okay, it surfaces next to the ship. And the rest of you on the ship see this gargantuan shell rise up, water cascading off of it.
Nope, not me.
It's all sort of jagged and encrusted with barnacles. You can actually see there's like an anchor stuck in part of it. And as its fleshy head rises up, you see that the head is about the size of, gosh, a building. And its smile, if you can call it that, is big enough to drive a wagon through. And steam seems to billow out of its nostrils as it rises and turns its head toward the ship. You see that the water around the vessel now becomes just like this churning maelstrom or cauldron around this gargantuan behemoth. And as you stare into its face, you see that one of its eyes is clouded over with cataracts, and there's like all this sort of burn and scar damage around it that looks quite old. So it's really looking at you through its one good eye.
I kind of curtsy in midair. And oh wow, you're real big and beautiful. Hello, my name is Evelyn, and I represent those traveling on the ship. And I'm hoping that we can present an offering that is satisfactory to you. I have this pile of pretty things, and I would love if you would take those. And then also, I noticed your eye doesn't look real good. Would you like some healing?
Dump it.
What?
Dump it.
I still
Dump
can't make
it!
that out. Dump it.
Dump it.
Dump it. She throws it in his
Yells,
mouth.
Dump it!
All right, you sort of throw it in its mouth. It sort of falls onto its tongue and down into its gullet. And it says, "What else?"
Oh, I have the most amazing thing. Do you like music?
No.
You don't? Why?
Can I hear its voice?
Can we
from
hear
Yes,
the-
everybody can hear its voice. There's no doubt
Just hear
about it.
Paulton's like, just give it.
What about that healing? Did you want any healing?
It says, "I don't care about your spells. I don't need your pity. Just your treasure."
I'll go back out there.
Dieth will call out, Evelyn!
No, hold on. She pulls out.
Paulton just pick.
She pulls out the holy
Am I up
symbol
there
of
now?
Raven.
Everybody's out there, yeah.
I'm just gonna pick up the mandolin, just throw it
No,
in.
Paulton!
No!
It's okay.
Evelyn catches the mandolin in one hand, and then
Well, make
pulls
it
out the
actually
holy-
just make a
Dang,
dexterity
I knew
saving
you were
throw
gonna
to
make me
catch
do
the mandolin
Dang it!
as you swoop down.
This is the third nat one I've rolled. I hate these dice. Can I just say though, because before I was doing that, before he did that, or at the same time, I was also pulling out the holy symbol of Ravenkind and holding it up.
Oh, sure, you can pull that out. The mandolin goes out into the water and just sort of bobs up and down on the surface of these churning waves.
Can I dive for it?
Wait, does that imply it didn't make it, or
No, you threw it over.
okay.
It just hasn't sunk into the water. It's just
Hold
sort of
on,
next to the
I'll-
creature.
I'm just,
But it does.
Like,
Everyone stop! I have
It
magic!
does. It
Oh,
does
mage
look at
hand.
it. It does look at it and see sort of like these lightning marks and storm clouds worked into its design, and it does seem kind of entranced by it for a moment, and then Strix takes it. Everybody
No,
roll
I just
initiative.
mage-handed. No, I'm just giving it to him.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
You're just going to hand it to him. Okay, so you're holding
I
it up
was
in front of him,
bargaining with him.
and you're bargaining with him, but you see that its attention is now on this mandolin. Evelyn, did you want
and
to
can
try
I-
to grab it from the mage hand?
You don't have to
I
do
want
this.
to try to shove the holy symbol of Ravenkind in its eye, and not like in its eye, but like in its view,
Okay.
and be like, "No, this instead."
Dump it.
Everyone just stop.
Pretty sure he
it's gonna
wants
take.
both.
It's
He
gonna
wants
take
both.
everything you throw at it. So I mean, if there's anything else you don't want, then please have at it.
Yeah, we'll
take
never
the
say no
mandolin-
to treasure.
I try to take the mandolin back and say this instead.
Don't.
All right.
Evelyn, please, can we just...
Everybody roll initiative. It doesn't like being given something and having it taken away. Everybody roll, please.
6.
No!
6 for Strix, is that?
That's Anna.
Oh, Anna.
Cool. Okay, nat 20. Thank God. I'm going to talk to it.
Okay. Diath,
8.
8. Strix,
17.
what would you like to do, Paulton?
I see he's like getting hostile.
You see, yeah, he is aghast that something would be offered to him and then snatched back in replacement for something.
I'm going to tell him, be like, we weren't taking it back. We weren't faking you out. We simply noticed that it just could have used a little polish, and we wanted only the shiniest treasure for you.
Yes, we should only give him the greatest treasure that we have.
And I would like to, I don't know what that would qualify as.
Make a persuasion check.
Okay. 17.
Okay. He doesn't seem swayed.
Alton, it's all right. I think you're right. We can give him the bomb with the key.
We're
Great.
already giving him everything.
Yeah,
this
let's
is
throw
plenty.
waffles in there too. Why not?
No.
I don't like that everyone's arguing.
Look, as long as the bomb stays with us, it's the slightest jostle could decimate all of us. It's dangerous. If he takes it and just keeps it safe, then we don't have to worry about that. It's not a danger to us or everything around us. Wherever we are, wherever we end up, keeping that with us is more dangerous than getting rid of it.
You see Orteme's crew open up sort of a chest with some gold in it and then toss that over into the sea. Sploosh.
And if this means giving up a key with it to keep all of us and who knows, wherever we end up safe, then we'll do that. But you guys are asking to give up pieces of yourselves. You can't do that.
I'm sorry, I only collect garbage. Don't have anything to give up.
Paulton, do you want to do anything else on your turn besides talk? Oh, you actually used an action to make a check, so, okay. So next, Strix, do you want to do anything?
There's not much I can do, so I don't know where the bomb is. Where's the bomb?
Yes, has it.
Yeah.
Dieth has it.
Oh, okay. All right, she's just gonna stare.
Okay. Dieth, the key comes out of the bomb on its own and goes into the water. And evil Paulton appears next to you. And then turns to good Paul and says, hey, if you don't want that mandolin.
It's like, fuck you, buddy. Also, you and me, we're going to talk later.
He looks at the
for
bomb
now.
and says, you think so? And then it is Dieth's turn.
How quickly can I do things? Okay, first off, fast hands, faster than ever. Put another key right into it and try to like stop the bomb again. And I'm keeping a hand on there.
Okay, you stick it in. The bomb stops ticking.
Good. I kick Evil Paulton.
Okay. Evelyn, what do you do? Evil Paulton's like, how many of those do you have?
I see all this happening on the deck, right?
Can I make my melee attack against Evil Paulton? Like I want to kick him.
Oh, you actually want to not just like kick him as in like a boot to the ass. You actually want to like
No, I'm
attack
kicking him.
Got it. Okay.
Like over?
Ideally.
Go ahead and since this is, if your intention is to shove him off the deck with a kick, make a strength athletics check versus his strength athletics check. This is
All
a
right.
shove.
Oh shit, 19.
Oh fuck. Okay.
Easy, Michael.
Yeah. So you push him and he goes into the drink.
And then I noticed at the same time seeing me fall. Oh, that was disorienting.
Yeah.
I did not like that.
All right. Yes, he goes over into the water, into the churning water. Evelyn, what do you do?
Do I know that is Evil Paulton?
Oh yeah. You were dead.
So your friends told you that there were clones of you running around doing evil shit. And, I mean, it looks like Paulton, but longer hair. And, but they kind of look, you know.
I'm going to roll a perception check.
Okay.
How hard do you think it will be for Evelyn to know in that split second when she sees Paulton fall off the boat?
Yeah.
How hard do you think it is for her to know?
Probably not hard.
Yeah, we still.
Well, I
have...
rolled that one.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay.
Okay, well.
Yeah, Paulton just went over, and you're not sure
Never
why.
use that die again.
I paid so much money for these stupid designer dice, and they roll like crap.
Evelyn, you see Paulton floundering around in the churning water.
She dives for him immediately.
Hold up! No!
All right, she dives for him, and he grabs onto you as you hoist him out of the water. And the dragon
That's
turtle's
my
like,
turn.
Can I yell at her and be like, no, drop it? Yeah, give it to him.
Okay, so I guess actually, if I see Paulton on deck saying
Yeah.
that's not me, oh yeah, give it to him, I would think that it would all click in place, and I throw evil Paulton to the dragon.
okay.
Just like, stop taking things from him.
He is going to try to hold onto you, or actually, no, more precisely, he is going to try to grab the mandolin as you hurl him. So go ahead and just make a opposed strength check.
I need to use different dice. This is ridiculous. 7.
I'm sorry, 7?
You're right, 7.
Chris.
Okay.
I'm getting out my other dice. Don't worry. Okay. Can I re-roll with better dice?
Well, no, you rolled a 7. So you were able to throw him off. He snatches the mandolin as he falls, and he says, "It's mine! Ha ha!" And then goes into the dragon turtle's mouth.
I'm so mad.
You got it.
And then the dragon turtle just sort of swallows him.
Well, you got it.
I have to look up the mandolin powers.
Is that?
I have it here because I was going to use it today. Didn't think that's how, but hey. It's got cure wounds, dispel magic, fly invisibility, levitate, protection from energy, lightning only, and protection from evil and good.
Okay.
Or had, rather.
Until Paulton had a temper tantrum and threw it at a turtle dragon.
All right, so
And it was going to work.
Evelyn grabbed Paulton and then hurled him away, and now it is Paulton's turn.
Evelyn feels very weird about having fed any Paulton to a dragon turtle.
I'm going to tell him again, be like, okay, look, we gave you your mandolin, we gave you your magic dude, we've literally given you everything we could possibly give you. Can you please just grant us passage?
Make another persuasion check.
Oh, okay. That is a 27.
It says, "As you were." And I have to do something. It moves away from the ship.
Can Strix try and jump in and get the key?
Yes, please. Strix, get the key, please.
Do not take anything else from him, Jesus.
He's already leaving. It's just the key. It's just the key. It's just the key.
Strix,
Yeah, you
Strix-
see him go. You see him basically kind of going down, away, and then down under the water.
Okay.
You see
so
his
he's
big
got-
sort of weird back fins come up.
The key was just on the deck, wasn't it?
No, he threw it overboard.
So
You're gonna go
Strix
down
will-
in the water?
Strix will alter self so that she can breathe underwater.
All right, and you're still on your broom?
If it's faster to look around, yeah, she's still on her broom underwater, which is kind of fun.
Yeah, so she just goes right down,
Yay!
right down into the water.
She's like holding on to it as it would like work underwater.
Right as he leaves, I just immediately go from like standing to just.
Ortame puts a hand on your shoulder and just sort of says, "Well done. Well done." Well done.
Well done, like that went smoothly.
I look, I'm like, thank you.
Edith is standing at the edge of the boat, holding the bomb and still the other key, and just like looking overboard, panicking. Sort of a panic. Just watching for Strix and make sure she's getting it, or she's okay, or whatever. Just
Okay.
I like
watching
to
for
imagine you
Strix.
can see like a little green light underwater, just like
Yeah.
yeah.
All right.
Evelyn will fly back to Paulton as he collapsed on the deck, and she'll kind of like sit down next to him and be like, "Why did you do that?"
Strix, make a perception check. You have dark vision, so that's helpful.
That is helpful.
It's actually quite deep in the strait, so you're going down quite a ways. The ship's hull, lit from the sky above, looks kind of small by the time you look up at it again.
Oh. Let's see. Oh, it's not plus anything. So 14.
Okay, you're not able to find the key. You do see that the dragon turtle is turning its great bulk down toward you.
God. Can I look again?
Sure.
Okay, I'm just gonna keep looking.
Go ahead and make another check.
Oh, that's really good.
Come on, Strix, come on.
That's 19.
You do see it shining
Oh, thank God.
down on a reef, and you grab hold of it. And that's when the dragon turtle attacks you. It only rolled a 2 on its attack roll, so that's a 14 to hit your AC.
Yeah, that still hits.
Okay. Then it will bite you for.
Laugh it up, Chris Perkins. Gee.
I'm just. Your armor class makes me laugh. Sorry.
It's weird how someone says stop taking his stuff, and yet still it's like maybe we should take his stuff.
Leave me alone!
Strix, as it comes in, it just sort of opens its big beak-like maw, and you see its lower jaw just kind of shovel across the ground, gathering up the ground as well, like it's going to try to clamp you right on the ground. And so as it's choking down all kinds of stuff and coming at you with its open jaws, it clamps down on you for 25 points of damage.
And I'm A-okay.
And then it, as it goes past you, slashes at you with its claws, hitting you for another 27 points of damage.
I think hold on. Hold on, I have to do math. Wait. Hold on. 7, 8, 9. I think I'm still okay. Wait, that's 40.
That's, what was the first one?
27 and 25.
Okay, so that would be 52 points of damage.
Haha, I'm still okay!
All right, and as it goes past you, what do you do?
I was too scared. If I still have the key, I'm just gonna if I could dimension door back onto the ship.
You kind of have to see where you're dimension dooring to, so you could dimension door next to the ship, but you can't see the top deck from underneath it.
Okay, might I, okay.
That will get you far enough away from it that it won't be able to attack you immediately.
Okay, I will dimension door next to the ship and just
Okay.
yell, pull me up, pull me up, pull me up!
Yeah, she is bobbing up and down in the water. The rest of you can try to pull her up if you want.
She's just like scrambling, like, pull me up! She'll just grab on.
Yeah, we help her up.
Okay.
And she's like, go, 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 go! And she'll hand Dieth the key back and be like, here you go!
Paulton sees the key. It's like, you took something back from him, didn't you?
That wasn't given to him. It was thrown in the water by an unstable person.
Was it in his vicinity?
No!
Was
He
it in
left.
the water?
He left!
I consider the water his vicinity. He seems a little possessive.
DF sees Strix's wounds and right away looks
Yeah, I
at
have 2
Evelyn
hit points.
and is like, "Is Evelyn? Help!"
I'm trying
No,
to
no,
think-
no, it's fine. She like throws up on the deck. It's fine. I think my insides are falling out.
The dragon
I'm trying to
turtle
think-
surfaces, bearing its huge jaws, and clamps down on the side of the ship. And you hear the crunching of wood as it digs its upper beak into the vessel.
The
What?
SS suboptimal.
What does Paulton do?
Paulton's so
Is that with
upset.
a giggle in your voice?
Paulton's so
Paulton's just. I will say to the dragon, again, be like, please forgive my friend. She does not know what she was doing. She didn't mean it.
The whole ship seems to list toward it. You can see it is basically backpedaling and pulling the ship on its side as if it's going to drag it all down.
Do I see the key?
You see the key, yes.
Can I grab the key and just throw it at him? It's like, this is yours,
No,
please take it.
no, give it to Dieth. He has it. You can't grab it.
If Dieth has it, then I guess he can't technically grab it. Unless
Dieth, can I please give him the key?
Have we seen like the dragon turtle's like mouth biting onto it?
It's clamped onto the ship and is basically dragging the ship down underwater.
Is there a good space that you could potentially throw something into his mouth?
The mouth is so big, I would say yes.
I mean, he also took stuff just throwing water.
Mm-hmm.
So you can just throw whatever.
Undo the key and throw the bomb in.
Dieth will look over at Paulton and just remove the key and throw the bomb into the dragon's mouth.
Don't end our campaign.
Wait, the key went back into the bomb?
I put another key into it.
Yes,
No, I'm talking about, didn't Strix just take a key?
He has 2.
Yeah, the key that Evil Paulton pulled out of the bomb, he threw into the water. That's the one that Strix recovered. To keep the bomb from going off, Dieth used another one of his keys and stuck it in the egg.
I was talking about the key that she took back.
Yeah, that's the one that he is. So Dieth still has that key.
Yeah, that's the key I'm talking about.
He is now taking out the second key out of the bomb.
No, not that key, not that key. The one we already gave him.
I don't think Dieth is going to give up either key by the sounds of it. All right, so it is actually Strix's turn. Strix?
But he threw the bomb at the turtle.
Not yet. That will happen on Dieth's turn, which is right after.
You can see it in his eye. You know,
right after Strix.
Well, yeah. If I could see he's gonna do that, Strix is just like.
Can you mage hand the key out as I throw it?
Yeah, absolutely. I can ready a mage hand.
Yeah.
Paulton is literally going to drink all the wine on his person in one whip. Just like last drink.
Yeah.
Evelyn swipes it from him and takes the drink too.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Like, fair.
Waffle's just sort of digging her claws into the hull of the ship to keep from sliding off. Simon is basically holding onto her fur.
Pour one out for Waffles.
Yeah. And
Strix readies the mage hand.
so you pull the key out. Dieth, you hurl the bomb.
Well, yeah, like I throw it like in midair.
Okay.
Strix can like take the key out.
Got it.
And as Dieth throws it, he'll then say, "Fine, this is our greatest treasure."
Okay. And
Paulton's just.
are you trying to toss it just up in the air and into the water or into its mouth, you said, right?
Into its mouth.
Okay.
I see this, right?
Yeah.
Paulton's just like, wow. Season 4 was 2 episodes.
All right.
After throwing it, Dieth actually looks over at Paulton, and in his eyes only just conveys the deepest sorrow, regret, and just trying to apologize without saying anything.
The dragon turtle unclenches the ship, which rights itself suddenly as you all sort of now slosh about on deck. And the dragon turtle sort of sinks down into the water.
Go! Go!
All right, Captain Ordame tries to get the ship going as fast as it can out of this strait.
We're still not in the clear.
That thing bit me.
All right, you see a big flash of blue energy underneath the water that seems to swell up like a balloon being inflated deep below. And the water just pushes outward, and then there's a huge white explosion that erupts from the strait up into the air, throwing water high into the sky.
Evelyn grabs Paulton.
Same.
All right. The ship is just sort of blown forward on this great swell of water and just thrust so that its bow comes up out of the water completely, and only the back end of the ship is even touching the sea. And with masterful aplomb, the crew, under the guidance of Captain Orteme, surfs this wave for about half a mile before the ship settles calmly outside the Bay of Chult.
I just pushed us forward a whole bunch. Speedrun tactics. You're welcome.
We're never going back to Jolt.
And you see, what you saw behind you in the flashing light was it went out so far from the strait that it basically incinerated all of the trees on the rocks on either side of the pincer that you guys just exited.
Do I have a gauge of... So how far are we from where that just happened?
You're about a quarter mile.
Oh, that's... Okay. It's been a while since I mathed. What is roughly that in feet?
A lot.
A lot? Is
Yeah.
it...
Thousand
That's...
something.
Well, is it more than 1,000?
Yeah.
Damn it.
Evelyn looks at Dieth and says, "You blew up Paulton's mandolin."
That...
We can get him a new mandolin. We're going to Waterdeep. We could ask Omen.
So,
But that was like
cut
his
to
dad's or something.
Cut to. What
Port Nyanzaru, where everybody in the city sees this gigantic bloom of magical energy swelling up from the Bay of Chult, and then are struck by a wave of force that basically blows out all of their windows and actually tears through masts and sails and windows and brick before it abates, and people start to regain their sense of calm. As they look out toward the harbor, the statue in the harbor is toppled, and two tabaxi are sitting on a patio, spending Evelyn's coin like kings, when two assassins sit down with them and ask, "Where have they gone?" And the tabaxi say, "Waterdeep."
Fuck.
And that's where we'll pick up.
Literally, they didn't have a reason before.
Oh.
That was a very stressful episode.
Crazy. This all could have been solved with a mandolin.
It could have, yes.
You're right. I know.
But
You're right.
no, let's...
No, you're right.
How does it feel to be the smart one?
This sucks.
All right, folks.
I miss ruining stuff.
Thus endeth episode 92. We'll be back next week for episode 93. Anybody have any quick parting announcements before we
We'll
bail?
have a nice long boat ride to talk about.
We are over time, so
Yeah.
let's be brief.
Quick thing for me, new D&D show, Dark and Dicey, starts this coming Monday at 7 p.m. Pacific time here on twitch.tv/DND. Tune in. It's going to be fun.
Evil never tasted so good.
Hey.
And Trapped in the Birdcage is always on Thursday,
Yes,
so
Thursday.
come watch that. This is good times.
Do we have misclicks tonight, Anna?
Misclicks tonight, right after this, that I'm DMing Lost Mine. Also this weekend, I'm hosting Heroes of the Dorm. So if you like esports and fun, join us on twitch.tv/Heroes of the Dorm and check out on Twitter. And then also don't forget the Stream of Many Eyes is coming up, where we will be playing live and hanging out with lots of fun D&D friends. That's June 1st through 3rd on this channel.
Dice Cam Reaction subreddit. I'll spam that link.
Spam it.
All right, and so that's it for today. Everybody be nice to each other, and we'll see you next week when Dice Camera Action returns. Same time, same channel. All right, love you
Good
all.
times,
Take care.
everyone.
Have fun. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.